Right here's good. Hey guys, my name is Evan and welcome to Country View Acres. So today we're continuing on our fencing project. Me and Rebecca just got done stretching out a single barbed wire that's going to go along the bottom of the fence. It's just going to be like 2 inches off the ground, and it's just to keep any animals from crawling underneath the fence. But that barbed wire makes a perfect line of where our fence line is going to be so that we can mark out where our line posts are going to go. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to be putting in our line posts. And we alternate between, we're going to do 2 T-posts and then we'll do a wooden post. And I think we're going to space those about 12 feet apart from each other. So what I want to do now is we're going to mark out all our posts and we're going to start drilling our holes for the wooden posts and get those in the ground. All right, I'm just gonna put a brace pin through the measuring tape so that we can pull on it. All right, every 12 feet will be a T-post. Oh, there's 24. Obviously I painted on this before. There'll be a T-post. And then 36. Now this one will be a wooden post. So I'm marking the wooden posts with a cross. That's roughly where we're going to drill it with the post hole digger. We're just going to go ahead and move the measuring tape further down. We only got a 100-foot measuring tape. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, sorry.
And we'll stake it back down.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was wrong.
That was wrong. How do I make that an ignore?
A circle?
A circle. I marked it wrong. All right, we got all our fence posts marked out for this run right here. Now we're gonna go ahead and use the post hole digger on tractor to drill our holes. We're putting in 4-inch round posts that are 8 feet long. Now this wire is gonna be in the way of drilling. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that back up, slide the barbed wire to the side so that we can drill these holes. There we go. All right, we got all of our wooden line posts in, so I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna re-stretch the barbed wire and get that installed permanently along the ground. So it's already tied off on this end. We're just gonna nail it 2 inches above the ground down here. I'm stuck. That's what barbed wire is good for, look at that. So before I tie this off, I'm gonna go ahead and strip some of the barbs here off of the end where I'm gonna tie off my knot. I got enough stripped out on the end. I'm gonna go ahead and tie it off. Of course, it's gonna be a little difficult because everything's in my way. Now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put a staple in here so it has a 2-inch above the ground height. Moment of truth, we're gonna let off the tension. All right, now I just got to go down and put one staple in every post to hold that 2 inches off the ground. Remember, we're not nailing that down tight. We want it to be able to expand and contract. All right, now it's time to go ahead and start putting in our T-posts. Be 2 of them in between each one of these wooden ones. So I'm just gonna bump the post up against the barbed wire. And I probably should have put the post hole digger on first. These are 7-foot T-posts. All right, now Rebecca's just gonna pull the wire away while I pound this in. And it always wants to twist. I'm gonna try to keep it straight with the fence. All right, so we got a line marked on this wooden stake here just to tell us how tall to, or how far to drive it. There, oops, went past a little bit. I'm out of breath a little bit pounding those posts. So I've got the last 2 posts to go here. This section wasn't an even 24 feet between the posts, or I guess 36 feet between the posts. There was an extra 2 feet down there, so all we're gonna do is we're just gonna space these every, I don't know, every 13 feet or so. It'll all look nice and even. Nobody will probably be able to tell that it's just a little different. All right, we got this first stretch of fence here. We got all the posts in, and we still just gotta tie the barbed wire to each one of these T-posts. And then this will be ready to actually stretch some field fence on here, but I actually don't have it. I still need to go buy the field fencing. So we may go do that today during the hot part of the day, and then come back and work on the other fence when it's cooler, and hopefully the sun gets that direction. Hopefully we'll start getting some shade over here. This is always shady in the evening and sunny in the morning. So I think we're gonna break for now, and then we'll come back when it's cooler and try to do the next little stretch. Well, it's 7:30 in the evening now, and we just finished this last run of line posts, and we've got our bottom barbed wire on here. It's just attached to the wooden posts right now. We still need to go back and do, you know, attach it to all the T-posts, but we do have 2 fence runs all set up and pretty much ready to go. And it is 79 degrees now. The sun is on the horizon, but I don't know if you can tell, this is a lot shadier. So it feels a lot better out here working this evening, that's for sure. That sun was killing us this morning. So our first run here, all the fence posts are nice and straight in a line. They look pretty good. So our second run, we got I think this wooden fence post here is out that way just a little bit. And so there's a little bit of a jog in the fence, but other than that, I think it's minor. It looks pretty good. So when you hear people talk about building fence, they always seem to build it in the wintertime, and that's what we did last time. It is definitely a terrible experience doing this in the summertime, especially because you're normally like in a pasture, so there's no shade. There's not a lot of shade. You're always out in the sun. And this was sunny all week. There wasn't a cloudy day this week to work on it. So it's been pretty miserable trying to build this fence in the summertime, but we need to get the steers on the new grass, and we're working pretty hard at it to try to get it done this week. So this afternoon I did run into town, and I got 2 rolls of sheep and goat fencing, and then I've got a 16-foot gate here. So we are putting up sheep and goat fencing. That way we can move the billy goats in here with the steers if we want to, and we have options to move the goats around. And my original plan, I was gonna just try to patch this old fence line over here just to get it good enough to move the steers in. And I think what I've decided to do is I'm just gonna stretch a roll of fence from one corner all the way to the other, and I'm just gonna overlap it and just kind of put it in there temporary. I'm not gonna go to a lot of effort, and just basically stretch. I'm gonna have to do a lot of clearing out of brush and cutting down some trees to clear me a path, but we're just gonna stretch another roll of fence over the old one and leave it there until we can come back and actually clean this whole fence row out and get it to where we can put the fence in like what we're doing here and make it look all nice and basically built to last. So Rebecca's over there doing the evening chores, and I probably need to take some hay to the steers. So I think I need to call tonight. It's been definitely been a long day. It's been a fairly long week with all this heat working out in the sun, but I got a couple more days. Hopefully we can get all this fence stretched around here and finally get the steers moved in. So wish us luck. We'll see you in the next one.